Masser says, what made Levi get back on the sled after the world record attempt crash?
The reason I went back and tried to jump again was I just knew we could do it, and that was probably the biggest bummer for me after I crashed, and that's what I told the folks from Red Bull, like, because they would call me each week after the crash. After I got home, they would call and just check on me to make sure everything was going all right. And I think it was maybe a month after I crashed, I just told them, I said, I'm just bummed that we didn't get to show the world what we could do. And, because at that point, we had broke the record by 60 feet. The previous record was 301. We jumped 361, and everything was working. We had the right setup. We just had the wrong engine. And that ultimately was the reason for the crash. So I told, the Red Bull guy, I said, I'm just bummed we weren't able to show the world what we could do. And he paused for a minute and he goes, so would you want to do it again? And without even skipping a beat, I'm like, absolutely. So I say that. So then that's when that next year, then Robbie Madison and myself, we ended up doing the record jump, the Rebel New Year No Limits. And it was very storybook because, we not only came back and did it, but it was the first time in history anything jumped over 400 feet. So it was a cool thing to think, like, up to that point, motorcycles had always held the cake as far as the longest jumping machine. And we got to that big milestone of 400 feet. And we ended up jumping 406 feet in practice, like it was December 13th, I think, was our last day of practice. And then on New Year's Eve night, we jumped 412 feet. So in storybook fashion, the biggest jump was on the big stage.